I'm Eric Cooper. I'm one of the designers on Valkyrie, and I work out at the Newcastle studio. Valkyrie is CCP's offering of a space. Well, we want to be the best multiplayer experience in VR, and it's sort of Top Gun in space is probably the easiest way. I like to describe it to people, living that sort of Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, Star Trek sort of dogfighting fun. This year we've brought to Fanfest a few new things. We've brought a new game mode, a new map, and a new ship class. So the new map is called Necropolis, and if you've seen the Valkyrie trailer, it's the aftermath of that. So what we want to do is we want to make these 3 maps which chronicle Rand's historical events in Rand's life, and then turn them into multiplayer maps afterwards. So you would play it as, for example, as a tutorial mission, and then afterwards the aftermath of those maps would turn into multiplayer arena maps. We've also brought the heavy ship, which is our new, which is called the Spectre, and that's our area control ship. So it has better armour, better shields, but at the cost of speed. It's got 3 abilities. It's got the flat cannon, which is your standard flat cannon, its primary weapon. You have the EMS, which acts as countermeasures, and when paired with the flat cannon, gives it EMP rounds, which you can use to disable and stun ships. And it also has the micro warp drive, which allows it to jump large distances quickly, but has a high cooldown. So the heavy's not left behind. So I am the guy who designs the ships, the game mode, and the progression that was announced. So I'm the guy that'll probably make you cry a little bit, or you're going to whinge out about this ship doesn't do this, doesn't do that. And so we did the Wraith and the Spectre. So those were me, the EMS and stuff, and the new game mode, which you can play at Fanfest, the Control. So for us, we want VR to be very accessible. So we want to make an accessible, fun game, but not at the cost of sort of depth. So we want to make it easy to play but hard to master, and we felt that we have such a rich universe with the EVE lore that we can use that and really work it, and sort of same with the ship classes and all that kind of thing. But we can also make it fun through the sort of the Top Gun analogy. That sort of everybody's dream to fly a spaceship and do the Star Wars kind of route and the Star Trek kind of route of those dogfighting battles. We're constantly exploring it at the moment, and we speak to like Toffee and the EVE guys on a daily basis to see what we can bring in to sort of link EVE and Valkyrie. But at the moment, as preached in the keynote yesterday, it's all about focus. So we're focusing on making the best multiplayer VR game, and then, in the future, if it allows, we would like to link them. So the Morpheus is coming on great. The reason why we haven't got it here this year is that they announced their new tech at GDC. And GDC to Fanfest is maybe 2 weeks, so we wouldn't have got a build ready to do it justice on the new hardware. I guess the saying around the office is that what we think works, like the stuff that you would design for a 2D game and you think will work, never works. And what you don't think works always seems to work. The crazy ideas. UI is a great example, and stuff like that. The flat screen menu system, it just doesn't really work that well in VR. And like scoreboards and things, it's a simple one, but every game has a list scoreboard. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in VR text is small text and stuff. Looking around, it just doesn't work. So if you've played the build, we've got the sort of side-scrolling one, because with VR you have like the letterbox view. So we try and push that more rather than the traditional flat screen UI. I mean, we are currently, we get to help set the rules for VR. So we're sort of where the original game designers and game developers were, sort of 20, 30 years ago, making fun games and sort of applying the rules and making the rule set as you went along. It helps to sort of it's just amazing. I get to be part of this sort of technology that makes me be able to write the rules rather than sort of follow the conventions, and we can try out new things at the expense of what players think. I don't think VR won't. I think VR will succeed. I'm 100% behind it.